Hi, this is me, Bekki. Welcome to my word, being my real, authentic self with no apologies.
No stress, no fights, I'm leaving it all behind. No tears, no time to cry, just making the most of life. Everybody is living it up. All the fellas keep looking at us, 'cause me and my girls on the floor like what? DJ keeps on spinning the cut, it's like that, y'all. That, y'all. I like that, y'all.
I'm finally taking off my braids because it's actually annoying me now. I'm also watching Billions. I don't know if you guys have seen Billions. If you have, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of it. If you haven't seen it, so far so interesting. It's about power. It's about criminality, if that makes sense. So basically, I don't know if I'm explaining this right because I'm really bad at explaining stuff, but basically from what I've been watching so far, it's about a guy is into trading and investment and all that, and he's a crook. He's a criminal basically, and there's this lawyer or I don't know if it's an attorney or I don't know who he is, but I think he's a lawyer for the government, something like that. So basically he's investigating him and trying to find evidence to prosecute him. And I'm just like, so far I'm just like, just let him make his millions, like just leave him alone, even though it's illegal and I shouldn't obviously be supporting illegal activities.
You got something in your stomach now.
But it's just leave him alone.
This is when you tell me what the fuck transpired inside that head of yours.
But it's so far so good, like I'm hooked.
Eating everything we planted. Like it's a fucking salad bar for them. And then just rage.
There's something on my mind that I want to share that I've been like following for the past few days. It's the old Heather Lindsey and let me actually pause this for a second because this is quite serious. Yeah, this old Heather Lindsey and Cornelius situation going on. I've been following it and I don't know if I want to make like a video on my other channel to talk about it, or maybe I should just talk about it in this vlog. But it's mad. All I can say is it's actually mad. Wow, I've been hearing so many things and I'm just like, it's hard to believe because I've been following Heather Lindsey since like, I don't know, it's been a while. It's like 4 or 5 years now. I've been following Heather Lindsey. I bought our first book. What was our first book? I think they gave it out. Our first book, I bought it, and it was quite interesting. And since then, I've been following her. And I know at one point I wanted to join the Pinky Promise in London. I was following the Pinky Promise in London, but then I don't know, I just lost interest, I guess. And I just never did. And I listened to like some of their podcasts. Obviously, listening to their podcasts, you can tell that our husband Cornelius is very, I don't know, he's not very like, I don't want to say he's not very pastory because there's no such word as pastory, but it's just not very, for me, it seems like a very relaxed person. Like, I don't want to say worldly, but it seems like a very relaxed person compared to Heather. While listening to them, obviously they're two completely different people. Before like following the news and finding out what they've been doing illegally, from my own perspective, I feel like Heather is more like, for me, she was more holier than thou. She was holier than her husband. That's the way I picture them in my mind. Like Heather is just this very like Christian child of God. All she cares about is God, and that's it. And our husband is carefree. Like, obviously he's a pastor, but he's like one of those like cool pastor, not very judgy, and he just still understands the world and all that. So after like following the whole situation with them and everything, it's just hard to believe, like, how can they like be crooks, basically crooks, you know? How can they be doing fraud? And I don't know, I don't think it's in my place to speak on it, because obviously it's something that is still allegedly, because it's not like they haven't come forward to say that yes, that definitely all the allegations are true and that. So everything is still allegedly. So yeah, but it's just weird how like social media, not even social media, like people on social media that preaches and talk, you don't really like anyone. The thing is, anyone can talk, you know, anyone can talk. And are you sure like it's all not just for like just for fun thing, just for social media sake, or just to gain followers, you know? Like sometimes when people are just like preaching on Instagram and stuff, I'm just like, it's easy to preach, but are you practicing what you're preaching? You know, like, are you really on fire for God the way you make it out to seem on Instagram? You know, like, it pisses me I'm sorry, this thing, it pisses me off when like people are like judgy on those of us that are not like holier than thou, or those of us that don't constantly show on Instagram or everywhere. Oh, I woke up this morning, I did my devotion, or put on Instagram Bible verses all the time, or I'm reading my Bible this so time. I'm just like, must everything be shared in regards to your relationship with God? Like, must you share like your relationship with God? Obviously I understand evangelism and that, which is obviously important, but when you're doing too much, you're doing too much, you know? And I don't know, I follow both Heather Lindsey and Cornelius on Instagram, and obviously Heather posts a lot more than her husband. She's always posting. She posts her kids, her preaching, her life, them on holidays, everything. So it's just, I don't know, it's just sad. And I hope, part of me hopes and pray that all the allegation is false. But with the girl coming up with so much evidence, and then the voice recording of the meeting they had with the boards of the church and all that, it's just mad. It's just mad. Every time you must show like, oh, I'm praying, I'm reading the word of God, like, it's like you seeking validation from people on Instagram that I'm following Christ too, and I need you guys to see that I'm following Christ, and I'm definitely a child of God, and this is how I'm living. Like, it's like seeking validation from people that don't really matter. I don't know, like, I'm still reading into the whole Heather Lindsey situation. It's crazy. If you guys haven't seen Greenleaf, go watch it. It's exactly like Greenleaf. Like, Greenleaf basically shows you what goes on behind the pulpit, you know, everything that goes on like behind the pulpit. Like, you guys, when we go to church on Sunday, we only see like the service, you know, like we only see pastor preaching, choir singing, then we go about to our house and that. But so much goes on, so much goes on behind the pulpit, you know, like a lot goes on. You have the boards of the church, you have like tithe offering, like a lot goes on behind the scenes, and obviously we don't see what goes on behind the scenes. Only God sees what goes on behind the scenes. But it's mad, because I'm just like, wow. And then the fact that allegedly, obviously they bought a new house, but they don't have like their own permanent church.
3 hours later.
I've always had issues with my hair, so yeah, I'm actually surprised that I actually haven't cut my hair, because I don't grow out my hair. Like, I think this is the longest I've kept my natural hair like this. I usually always cut my hair, and I've been tempted so many times to just cut this hair, especially during this period. I think I've mentioned it in my like previous video, one of my previous video, that there was a time during when the whole lockdown first started. One day I was just in a bad mood and I just wanted to cut my hair and just start all over again. This is the state of my hair now, obviously after washing it. But I have to do my hair, and then I'm going to put in like, I'm going to do cornrows, like 1 2, just to leave my natural hair just chilling, because I miss, as much as I miss my natural hair when I had braids on, now I'm just like, maybe I should get braids again. Like, I hate like doing so much with my hair, you know, so I'm just going to put like 2 cornrows and just leave it for the week and just let it sit there. I just moisturize it, do all I have to do every morning, and just leave that stress out, okay? 'Cause I don't need it. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
I'm the new slick Rick. They say I move too quick, but we can't let this moment pass. Let the hourglass forgot his ass. I'm on his only average for advice. OMG, you listen to that. Oh, it's me, baby, this is tragic. 'Cause we had it, we was magic. I was flying, now I'm crashing. This is bad, real bad, Michael Jackson. Now I'm mad, real mad, Joe Jackson. You should leave your boyfriend now. I'm a ass.
Ain't no hang-ups on the road tonight. Ain't nobody here to make it right. Just using the time away for love to stay. He's got another night to give. I will have another night to live. But you're never gonna see me cry. But let's goodbye.
And if you a bad chick, get on the floor and get on the dance. Get on the dance. Get on the floor and when your hands you ride Gucci. Tell me what you like. My right, you right, baby. That's what's up now. What? Stop.
Guys, I'm done. This is the best cornrow I can do. Actually guys, my cornrow has actually improved, because I remember there was a time I couldn't cornrow my hair. Like, I couldn't like do it at all, or even if I tried, it was a mess. But gradually, because I've been practicing, I've done so many cornrows on my hair. I'm getting better at it. Like, it's not the best obviously, but it's better than before, so we're making progress. So yeah, make sure you give me a thumbs up for my cornrows. I tried, so you better, if you're watching this video, you better give this video a thumbs up for my cornrows, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my cornrows. So guys, it's like evening time. Well, not really evening, it's like nearly 7:30 in the evening. I'm just on my way to McDonald's finally. Like, obviously McDonald's is not like open everywhere, but it's open around my area. So I haven't had like my chicken sandwich in like 3 bloody months, so I'm finally going to like have McDonald's. Like, I can't wait. So I'm just walking down. It's like 20 minutes walk down to McDonald's.
One eternity later.
So guys, I didn't get my McDonald's. I'm a bit annoyed after walking like 20 minutes, excited to get McDonald's, and then only to get there I realized that it's actually just delivery. I was thinking, I already knew it was delivery, but I was thinking that you can go in and like place an order and not sit in, like just take your stuff and go. But no, it's literally like just deliveries. Like, you can only order through Uber Eats, and Uber Eats is charging, they're charging £3.50. Let me just see here. They're charging £3.50 for delivery. So if I buy like my chicken sandwich of like £5, my chicken sandwich of £5, it's going to be altogether like £8 something. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. Like, I'm not going to pay like £3.50 for a delivery. That's too much. So no McDonald's for me. Maybe one day when I'm like desperate, like I'll pay like £3.50 for delivery. But today is just not the day. Like, no, I am not paying £3.50 to Uber Eats just to deliver my McDonald's, when it's so easy for me to walk down and just pick it up. Yeah guys, we move. Peace. Like, I was thinking that it's gonna take me, I didn't expect it, to be honest. I did not expect it. I was thinking it's going to take me a while. I did